Alright guys and girls, today's episode is brought to you by Penetrating Oil. I like Schaefer's. They're not a sponsor. So, first of all, I want to apologize for not putting out a video in a year. Just been really busy. So we're going to do two videos. We're going to do my Toolbox Tour first. And then, if I remember, next week we will do an update on the service cart. So, top drawer, sockets, and miscellaneous crap. Alright, we're going to start from the big and go small. Back row up there is Cornwell, USA, standard and deep. SAE, this is standard and deep. Metric. Over here is Snap-on. Standard, shallow, semi-deep, impacts, 3/8, semi-deep, Snap-on, 3/8 stubby from Cornwell. These are Blue Power. I use the 19 millimeter way down there the most. I just had it warrantied out. The Chromies here are Cornwell Chromies 1/4 inch drive. And I got my swivels and 3/8 1/2 inch for doing some trailers. Swivels for 3/8 and metric. The Snap-on miscellaneous. Those are loaners, and you can see, and custom. Some of them are shiny or painted on the ends because they've been ground down. These are 32, 4, and 36 are for doing, I can't remember. I use them. Oh, the 36 is for doing a track loader on a New Holland. And then 4-wheel drive service kit tools if you have old school lock in the hubs. Spark plug set. My Matco guy had these Sun-X wobbles on sale. Why not? And then way up here in the corner is my Ratchets. Craftsman Duralast. Oh, it's an extension. Horrible Freight, that's a loaner. Snap-on, Cornwell, Snap-on, and Snap-on. I don't know the brand of this air ratchet, but I use it quite a lot. This drawer is metric tools. We will start on the right hand side. These are stubby S&K, 10 to 19 millimeter. Gear wrench flex head, 10 to 19 millimeter. Up here are Sun-X Half Moon. I don't use those a lot. That's the reason I went with Sun-X. Maybe 4 or 5 times a year. I'm not going to buy expensive ones. Those were like 30 bucks. My Matco guy has those on sale, or had them on sale. Cornwell Blue Power ratcheting wrenches, and also, I don't know what you call these. I call them speed wrenches. I use the 8 and 10 the most, and you're going to notice a theme here. All my 10 millimeters are painted orange, or for the most part. Snap-on line wrenches, Snap-on combination wrenches. This is not a full set. This was a repo set, I believe. I can't remember. S&K X wrenches. It took me a while to get used to these, but once you get used to them, you will love them. My thing was, since it's a true 6-point, that was hard to get used to. Gear wrench 120 XP, 10 millimeter all the way up to 24, but the 120 stop at 19 millimeter. Over here is Cornwell metric double box with offset. These are Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Pro, and this is a custom wrench. It's been ground pretty flat on the top side. And yes, that's a 10 millimeter as well. This is this is for doing Chevy door spring tools, door springs. I use it for doing springs on mowers. So if I need to take that spring out, this works. Beats using a pry bar and flying it in the air at Mach 9. This drawer is standard wrenches and some miscellaneous. In the back is my 36-inch pry bar and some extensions. Miscellaneous custom wrenches. S&K stubby. 5/16 to 19 millimeter. No, wait a minute. Sorry. 3/8 to 19 millimeter. Gear wrench flex head. These are the older ones as well. Snap-on line wrenches. S&K stubby. This is a complete set. 3/8 all the way to 1 inch. Some more ratcheting wrenches. I don't use those a whole lot. I've had those for a long time. Crow's feet. More Pittsburgh Pro wrenches. Those are loaners. S&K combination wrenches. I really like these. VIM thin wrenches. And more S&K X-frames. Drill bits. Step bits from Harbor Freight. They're actually meh. And underneath the drill bits, I got files and a battery terminal service kit or battery service kit. Cornwell Torx T-handles. This is screwdrivers, picks, and scraper drawer. Cornwell long-handled screwdrivers, Cornwell scrapers, snap-on screwdrivers, and snap-on picks, along with some almond picks down here. Long, old-school Mac wood-handled screwdriver. My Mac dealer wants that. He's not getting it. This is a Mac seal driver or a race driver bearing fan clutch tool. Seal puller from Mac. Brake stuff. This drawer is always a mess. Allen or crescent wrenches and pliers. These are okay from Mac. Not the best I've ever used, but not the worst. This is part of the oh crap drawer and servicing drawer. Bearing and seal kit. Tap and die set. Rethread or these are a thread chaser and restorer from Lang. I really like those. My Mac guy had those on sale, like 140 bucks. Snap ring. And these are bolt extractor set. It says Cornwell, but I believe Irwin makes it for them. Flare toolkit. Broken screw extractor. These things are awesome. From Napa. I get them from Napa. They're right down the street. My most used one is the 1/8 inch, and I always break it, and they get me a new one. This drawer, ball joint press, some miscellaneous air tools, Sawzall. The underneath, there we go, Matco snap ring pliers. This is a Vim tool. These are long Allen heads. Really like those. I use the 5 and 6 millimeters pretty much all the time on those when I'm working on lifts. pop rivet gun. I was borrowing my coworkers all the time, so I went and bought one off the Cornwell guy. This is a cordless soldering iron kit. I love this thing. Well, I used his a lot, so I went and bought one. And since I bought one, guess what? I haven't used it. Imagine that. But when I used it, or his, I really liked it. No butane, no extension cords, none of that. This is a power bit set. I like the set, but Irwin Hansen needs to come up with a better box, because this box stinks. Getting these bits in and out suck. Bad. Compression tester from Lang. And way down here is a breaking and entering set. What's funny is I've used that at work on customers' cars who lock themselves in. This drawer is kind of empty. And some zip ties, just miscellaneous stuff. Another soldering gun, lead, miscellaneous crap. Protecting every bit. I use this thing all the time. I highly suggest, guys, if you're doing a lot of little things, little nuts and bolts. I can't even open it now. You guys are getting a view of my hand. That's awesome. This thing, I use it all the time. I love it. I have yet to break one, so I highly suggest getting that. And then there's bought this from Rural King. And yes, brake cleaner will eat the plastic. These are for customizing and doing other things. I have a few in here, I think. Yeah, this one here. It's not going to focus. Let's get behind the... Here we go. I don't know if you can see it. Let's find... There it is. I had to customize it. There's a few of them in there like that, so that's what those are for. Customization. Next drawer. Torque wrenches. This is a plug kit. Every mechanic should have one of these. Doesn't have to be Cal Van, but these things are worth their weight. This thing is the biggest piece of junk known to man. I hate it. I wish I would never have bought it, but I bought it, so I won't throw it away. I'm on my third or fourth one of these since the beginning of the year. It's butane. Not only does it eat the butane, I mean, it sucks it down, but it just quits working. I use it for heat shrink, and let's just say it's a piece of junk. And my last drawer. Spare parts from Hydro Gears, doing hydros and wheel motors, gloves. That's a power probe. You guys should get one of those. I believe Nuts and Bolts with Tone, don't quote me on that, he did a really good video on those. Duct tape, some extra wire. Black spray paint around here is gold, so I hide mine in my toolbox. If I don't, it'll come up missing. And my latest acquisition is a Pry Bar. It is not no standard Pry Bar. It is the PB HBEAST from Cornwell, USA. It is the 72-inch Pry Bar. My dealer told me they were thinking of making those last year. I told him I wanted one, and I asked him all the time about that. And when I got it, I got it. I was happy. Coworker made fun of me for picking it up. The next day we were using it to put tracks on an excavator. And this is my other wall. Emery paper, as you can see. That long gauge is for refilling hydraulic breakers with nitrogen. And helicoils, lots and lots of helicoils. And more sandpaper. Oh look, more helicoils. And my rags, pullers. I use this one, oh, sorry, quite a bit. This is my favorite puller. So, thanks for indulging me in my video on my Snap-on Toolbox Tour. Again, sorry I haven't put a video out in over a year. Life has gotten in the way. I've just been really busy. I hope to get more out next week or later in the week. I will be doing a tour on my service cart. All right, guys. Thanks and have a wonderful day.